Hello and welcome back. Today's video is going to be a project pan finale. This is for finish 8 by Halloween. I have decided to end this project a month early. There's a couple reasons for that. One is actually I do have some really good progress and empties on these products. And the second reason is that I'm kind of doing a lot of projects right now, so I just wanted to wrap up one or two just to make things a little easier on myself. I did recently just start a new project within the last week, and it was one I really wanted to do. I will leave my Project Pan playlist linked in the description box where you can catch up on all my other projects, and I am also doing a Pan That palette. I figured since I made some really good progress on these products that I would just go ahead and end this project a little bit early. And let's just go ahead and get into this finale. I will leave the empties for the end, but let me show you some of the things that I did make progress on, even though I did not finish. The first is this Milani foundation. I really do enjoy this. It's one of my favorites, drugstore or high-end, and I have marked it here for the intro, and this is where I am now. I have made a ton of progress, and this is something I am going to continue to work on, even though it won't be formally in a project. I really do want to get my foundation numbers down, and yes, I'm really enjoying this one as well. This is something I've repurchased in the past, so I knew that I liked it. I will continue to work on it, even though, yeah, it won't be in a project. The next item is something that I can't really show progress on, which frustrates me. That is the Morphe setting spray. And I mean, even if I shake it, I really can't tell how much is in there, but I have been using this almost every single day since I started this project, which was back in, I think, July, towards the end of July. I use this every single day to prep my face for makeup, and I also use it to foil my eyeshadows. I mean, it does feel much lighter than it did before, but it is spraying just fine. So again, this is something I do want to continue working on. I only own 2 setting sprays. I have this one and one other one. And the other one I have is the e.l.f., which is my favorite. So I figured, you know what, let's just get this done. So again, same with the foundation, I'll still be working on this. The next product is a lip liner. It is by ColourPop. It is the BFF. And I do wear this quite a bit. I marked it on a piece of paper, so I'll show you. That is where I was at the intro, and this is where I am now. This actually was in another project earlier this year, which is what those lines are for. So really, I mean, overall, I have made great progress on this lip liner, but I'm not 100% sure this is something I want to keep working on just because it's pretty slow going. I've been making progress, but you know, I'm not sure. I really do want to finish at least one lip liner before the end of the year, and this is definitely the one I have most progress on in my collection. I haven't really decided, but I think I may just take a little break from using it because I've mentioned in other videos, I'm just not wearing lip products as much. I am reapplying lip gloss a lot at home, but beyond that, I'm not wearing a lot of lip products, so not sure how it's going to go with this, but I'm actually really happy that I've made really good progress on this thing. The next item is kind of a mess. It is a mini of Becca Opal, and I'll just have to kind of take a picture and show you what it looks like because it started to crumble. I really don't want to spill this. It's starting to crumble, so I think what I will end up doing is what I often do. Instead of repressing, I just will crush something up and use it as a loose highlighter, and that has worked very well for me in the past. I'll show you a picture of what this highlighter looked like at the intro. I've definitely made really good progress. This is something though I for sure want to continue working on this because I really do want to finish. This next item is just something that I decided I don't really want to work on anymore, and that is the Natasha Denona Mini Lila. Now, I set some pretty high goals for this project. I initially wanted to hit pan on this palette, which was kind of crazy because I have now hit pan on Natasha Denona palettes and it takes a really long time. So I don't know what I was thinking, and yeah. I used this shade and this shade quite a bit, but obviously I'm nowhere close to hitting pan. And I also accidentally gouged this eyeshadow, but that is okay. Yeah, I mean, I like this palette. It's not my favorite Natasha Denona palette just because I just kind of feel like these two colors don't really match up with these colors. It's just not a pairing I would have placed together. Therefore, I don't know. I just don't tend to reach for this one very much. I did use it quite a bit. I mean, since I put it in this project, I probably did use this palette 20 times, which, you know, is pretty good considering it is definitely my least used of my Natasha Denona palettes. So I'm glad that I used it, but yeah, this is one I want to put away and I don't really want to use it anytime soon. I do have 2 empties at the end, but this next thing is so exciting. And I did show this in another video, if you saw that, I can't remember. Oh, my project 100 uses. The Natasha Denona Mini Nude. My goal was to hit pan on this one, and I did. I'm so excited. There it is. This took a very long time. So if you were watching my channel way back last year, I did a project pan in the fall. I think it was finished 5 by Thanksgiving. And I wanted to hit pan on this palette. And I used this color in my crease every day for probably 2.5 months. And I had a huge dip on it, but I did not hit pan, obviously, in that project. And then putting it in this project, I ended up hitting pan. It probably took me a good 3 weeks of very regular use. So yeah, that is a lot of usage to hit pan on such a small palette, but these are very deep. And I do have pan in another Natasha Denona palette now. And yes, it takes a really long time, but I kind of feel the same way as I do about the mini Lila with this one. I just kind of want to put it away. I don't feel like using it for a little while. Also, I have purchased some full-size Natasha Denona palettes, and I would rather focus on using those because they are much more expensive than the minis. But this, I gotta say, I mean, I've used this a ton, and I feel like I've definitely gotten my money's worth, and I'm so happy that I hit pan. The Lila Mini, I'm glad that I used it. Obviously, there's not much progress there, but I'm glad I at least used it because it definitely is my least favorite out of my Natasha palettes. Alrighty, and for the 2 empties, you probably saw these if you saw one of my monthly empties videos. I think one of them was in this month's empties, and the other one was, I think, in my July empties. I finished a ColourPop gloss. I am so happy about this. This is in the color Champagne Mommy. I did scrape this all out. I don't take the stoppers out of lip gloss usually. I have sometimes, but for this one I didn't because you can actually scrape this out pretty well. I've decided I just want to finish up my ColourPop glosses that are in this older packaging because I really don't like the brush tip applicators. And also I have purchased one of their Luxe glosses earlier this year, and I think it is an improved formula from these older ones. I personally like it more. I did love Champagne Mommy. At one point this was one of my favorite glosses, but since I tried the new Luxe glosses and Pat McGrath, this is not my favorite formula anymore. It is a little bit sticky. It does give good shine, but I like it. I don't think I would repurchase though, but I would be interested in purchasing more of the ColourPop Luxe glosses because like I said, I think they're better than these. Last up is the MAC Strobe Cream, and I did squeeze all of this out. And I gotta say, I had tried this product a long time ago and I thought it was something I really liked, and using it now, this was not my favorite. I know it's kind of a MAC cult classic product, but I don't know. I just felt like it literally did nothing. It just kind of looked like nothing. I mixed it in with foundation. I used it underneath my face primer for a more glowy look. I don't know. It's a very subtle product, so I'm not sure. I feel like if I'm gonna use a liquid highlighter, I wanna use a liquid highlighter, one that is more intense than this. So for me, this just kind of seems like a moisturizer with a little bit of glow, but I know this is something a lot of people like. I just think, you know, it's not a me product. This was a free gift with purchase from Ulta earlier this year, and it is a 1 fluid ounce, which is actually a really good sample size, and there was a good amount of product in here. However, I am very, very happy that I finished this. That is it for this project pan finale. I did finish this a month early, but you know what? I'm actually really happy with my progress. I'm really happy about my progress on this foundation, and I'm going to continue using this and the Morphe setting spray and also the Becca highlighter. So those 3 things I am going to continue using. But the other things that are not empties, I'm just kind of sick of for a little while. So I wanted to go ahead and wrap up this project a little bit early, as I mentioned, just to focus on my other projects. And I do want to start some of the more holiday theme projects that I've done in the past, like finish 5 by Thanksgiving, finish 6 by Christmas. I really enjoy those projects. So I figured let's finish one up a little bit early so that I can move on to something else and focus on the other products that I'm panning. That is it for this video. If you're interested in my project pan playlist and pan that palette playlist, those will be in the description box. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.